Hi, this is Mrs. Kidman, and in this video, we are going to be discussing how we add polynomials. So we are going to discuss how to add polynomials by stacking them. I also have a video on this channel where we discuss how we can add polynomials when they're in this long option. And so it's kind of up to you the way that you like to do it. I kind of like to stack mine because it makes it more clear what gets combined with what, but it's totally up to you. So the way that we are going to add polynomials by stacking them is what we're going to do is we're going to start with our first number and we're going to write it all the way out. So I've got 3x cubed plus 2x squared. And you're just going to write the numbers 3x cubed, 2x squared, minus 1x, minus 7. And then I'm going to do a plus, and we're going to stack them, and I'm going to copy the same thing down. Our sign stays with our number. Notice how that happened in the first one. So our sign's going to stay with our number. If there's no coefficient, make sure you write 1. So this will have a 1. So we've got 1x cubed, and we're going to stack them based on what they correspond to. So this one is going to be minus 10x squared. There is a 0x, and then plus 8. And then we're going to draw our line. And what we're going to do is we're just going to combine things down. Now, unlike regular adding, you can start on the left or on the right. It's totally up to you. I'm going to start on the left just so that I can go from left to right. But you can also start on the right and move to the left. It's up to you. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So I've got 4x cubes. 2 plus negative 10 is negative 8x squareds. Negative 1 plus 0 is negative 1x's. And negative 7 plus 8 is positive 1. And so total, what that means is our polynomial is going to be this piece on the bottom. Now notice how I wrote those signs. We didn't just say is 1, but we said it's positive 1, and I wrote plus 1. Or it's negative 1, and I wrote negative 1. Remember to use those signs because that positive, that plus and minus is the same as that positive and negative sign. So we want to use those and keep those signs attached as what their sign is for them. So let's take a look at a couple other examples where we're going to stack them. We're going to do the same thing. Now, notice how before we had values here that were x cubes, x squareds, x's, and then whatever it is. We want to stack them with their like terms so that we only combine terms that are like. So let's take a look at these next two where we also do that. So I've got 9y cubed plus 3y squared minus 2y plus 1. Now, a really common thing that people do is I'm going to put my little pluses and minuses real close. We can copy it down. But one thing that you need to keep in mind is that as people do this, if there isn't a value there, so say we had like y cubed, y squared, and then a constant, make sure that you write in a 0y there, or whatever it is, a 0 of whatever piece is missing so that we know what numbers we're combining. So let's take a look at this next one. I've got 0y cubed. I've got a negative 5y squared. I've got a plus 1y, and I've got a minus 4. Now I've stacked those, and I'm going to add them up. 0 plus 9 is 9y cubed. 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2y squared. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1y. And 1 plus negative 4 is negative 3. Fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at this last one. We're going to do the same thing. I've got negative 5x squared plus 4x minus 2. We've got negative 8x squared plus 2x plus 1, and we're going to add those up. Negative 5 plus negative 8 is negative 13x squared. 4 plus 2 is 6x, and negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. So that is how we're going to add those. When we subtract in the next video, it's going to be very similar. So that's how we would add polynomials. Please check out the next video in which we discuss how we subtract polynomials. Now, remember, this is not limiting us just to binomials or degree 2. We can do this with any polynomial, regardless of the degree. We just have to make sure we stack and combine like terms.